Welcome back to Safety Harbor's virtual art classroom. Today we're going to go on a virtual gallery walk to view the art of Henri Rousseau. Henri Rousseau was a French painter born in 1844. He wanted desperately to belong within the ranks of the traditional French Academy painters, but it was not to be. Rousseau was born to a poor family. His father's debts even caused the family to lose their home at one point. Rousseau served in the army for 4 years before going on to become a customs officer at the edge of Paris. Henri worked until he was 49, painting on the weekends, until he could retire and focus fully on his art. He took a chance by leaving his lifelong career to become a full-time artist. He taught painting lessons, performed as a street musician, and did other odd tasks to earn enough money to live as he painted. Meanwhile, he frequently exhibited paintings at the art shows organized by experimental painters. Rousseau was completely self-taught, and this showed in his work. He claimed he had no teacher other than nature. He wanted to paint flawless, realistic works, but a simplicity persisted that he could not shake. The traditionalist painters mocked him, but he remained confident in his talent. Rousseau's favorite subject was the jungle, but he never actually saw a real jungle. He based his scenery on the botanical gardens in Paris, and the animals were drawn from guidebooks and zoo pamphlets. Some of his subjects he never saw in 3 dimensions, so his paintings have a flat look to them. Also, Rousseau sometimes grouped together animals that would never be seen together in nature. In one painting, he even drew the bananas hanging upside down from a tree. There were some who liked Rousseau's paintings. For example, Picasso saw one of Rousseau's paintings being sold on the street as a junk canvas that could be painted over by a serious artist. Picasso bought the painting and then went to meet this ingenious artist. After his death in 1910, Rousseau began to gain popularity, and now his canvases hang in museums around the world. He has left us with paintings that use simple, pure colors and clear outlines that create dream-like settings. The Sleeping Gypsy you just saw in the last slide is one of my favorite Rousseau paintings, so I have tried to copy it on a piece of canvas, and I painted this one here and I have it hanging in my home. Because it's not my original idea, I would never be able to enter this in an art show or sell it for money. Now it's your turn to make some art. Just like Henri Rousseau, we're going to have a jungle theme. Follow these guided steps to create your own jungle tiger art. Draw on any surface that you like, and you can color in the tiger with crayons or paints or markers, whatever you have available. I'd like you to gather some leaves from outside and glue them around the border of the page so it looks like your tiger is peeking through the jungle. In just a moment, I will guide you through the process. I'm holding my paper the tall way, and I found something at home I can trace to make a perfect circle. That's optional. You can just draw your own circle, but leave a little bit of room for the neck and shoulders, but not so much room that you have an entire body to draw. You may want to go back to the step-by-step guided drawing sheet to help you draw this tiger. Now I'm going to outline everything with a black marker. It doesn't need to be a permanent marker. This is end of part 1. Stop here and save your work. Next week we will continue on with the color and the jungle background. When you fill in the black stripes of the tiger, you can use a marker or you can use a black crayon. You may want to decide to make some changes to the guided drawing page For example, you could add eyelashes to the sleeping tiger, or you could have open eyes with large pupils. And if you wanted to do something different to the mouth, you could change that too. I think I'll just leave mine as it is. Now I'm ready to start coloring in the tiger using crayon or marker. Let us look at an actual photograph of a tiger and notice the colors on its face. Notice how much white is actually in the face. You might choose to leave some of that white or to blend browns and oranges together to create that perfect color. I'm going to go ahead and leave a little bit of white above the eyes like I saw in the photograph, and I'll leave some white around the mouth too. Here I'm leaving some white in the middle of the body and coloring in the edges. Don't feel like you have to color it the way I'm doing it. You can be very creative with your colors. You may choose to color in your sky or background also, but we are about to do something really fun. We're going to cover the entire background with leaves. So we're going to cut some leaves or ferns or small flowers from outside and bring them in and arrange them on our paper so it looks like the tiger is poking his head out through a jungle scene. Some of those leaves can overlap the tiger's body and face. Don't worry about the leaves sticking out from beyond the page because we're going to take a photograph of this and look how nice it looks. When you crop the photo and cut off the edges, it looks very, very neat. Here's another example, colored a bit differently and different plants were used. When you are done making your art, I'd like you to take a clear photo of your finished artwork and share it with me.